Jesus, releasing destinies. This is Celebration TV. Jesus, releasing destinies. This is Celebration TV.
Welcome to News Desk on Celebration TV. I am Comfort James.
And I'm Femi Mark.
And the news making the rounds. Please stay with us as we bring you details. Watch robust, objective, analytical, informative, educative, entertaining and inspiring news on Celebration TV News Desk. Every weekday, 11 a.m. GMT plus 1. That is 11 a.m. GMT plus 1 on Mondays through Fridays.
You are welcome to Sports Corner. I am Ivan Agafe.
Celebration TV News Desk. The whole truth. To 15.7 trillion naira at the end of December 2019.
Senior Democrats have responded by accusing him of committing a gross offense. The All Progressives Congress has vowed to punish the Ogun State Governor Ibikunle Amosu.
Hello, welcome to Celebration Television News Desk. I am Nicholas Akosile Walter. Here are the news making the rounds. Lagos discharges 9 COVID-19 patients. Botswana president to observe third quarantine. UK ministers under pressure over school's return date. And Senate demands immediate reversal of power privatization. Liverpool may not get EPL trophy presentation. Please stay with us as we bring you details of the news after this short break. All right, welcome back and thanks for joining us once again. Now the news in details. 9 more COVID-19 patients have been discharged from the mainland infectious disease hospital, Yabo, Lagos State, Nigeria. The Lagos State Ministry of Health announced the recovery and discharge of the patients via its Twitter handle. The ministry said the patients were 2 females and 7 males, all Nigerians. The patients were discharged having fully recovered and tested negative to COVID-19 in 2 consecutive readings. This brings to 632 the number of confirmed COVID-19 cases that have been successfully managed and discharged in Lagos, Nigeria. And moving forward, reps demands reinstatement of 470 sacked Warri Kaduna Refinery's workers. The House of Representatives has asked the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation to reinstate the 470 workers allegedly sacked by the Kaduna Refining and Petrochemical Company Limited and Warri Refining and Petrochemical Company. At the plenary, the House considered and adopted a motion entitled Urgent Need to Investigate the Termination of the Employment of over 300 casual staff of the Warri Refining and Petrochemical Company. Adopting the motion moved by Mr. Thomas Ereyitomi, the House resolved to direct the NNPC and the management of the Warri Refining and Petrochemical Company to reinstate the over 300 persons affected by this action pending the investigation by the House Committee on Public Petitions. The House also mandated its Committee on Petroleum to carry out a forensic investigation of the recent recruitment of graduate trainees by the NNPC with a view to determining how many persons were recruited from the various host communities. A member, Mr. Samaila Suleiman, made an additional prayer that the Kaduna Refinery be included in the consideration, as about 170 workers from the host community were also recently sacked. The lawmakers unanimously granted the prayer. Moving forward on other stories, House of Reps tells federal government to develop national policy on e-learning. The House of Representatives has called on the federal government to design a policy that will aid electronic learning and online education in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic that has forced school closure. A member of the House, Mr. Aniekan Umana, at the plenary moved a motion that was unanimously adopted, and the House consequently reserved to urge the Federal Ministry of Education to urgently develop a national policy and framework for online education for schools at various levels. They urged other education regulatory and regulatory bodies across the country, other regulatory bodies across the country to incorporate online education and modular system into the curriculum in schools. Moving the motion, Umana noted that the outbreak of the coronavirus had altered the educational calendar globally. He quoted the United Nations Education Fund as saying most governments have temporarily closed schools in an attempt to contain the spread of the virus, with the nationwide closures impacting over 72% of the world's student population. The lawmakers said the House further notes that the COVID-19 induced school closures has kept over 1.2 billion children out of classrooms, and as a result, education has changed dramatically, with the distinctive increase in the use of e-learning, whereby teaching is undertaken remotely and on digital platforms. Coming from around Africa, we have Botswana president to observe third quarantine. President Eric Masisi left Gaborone for Harare, where he is attending a meeting of the Southern African Development Community, SADC. His spokesperson confirmed that extraordinary circumstances had forced him to travel as the incoming chairperson of SADC's Political Defense and Security Corporation, AMP. Bethlefi Lingang said IT security and defense experts have advised the president that meetings should be face-to-face in light of sensitivity of issues discussed. The president and his entourage shall be subjected to 14-day quarantine. It will be his third consecutive quarantine, the first after he attended investiture in Namibia in March, and later in April after a health worker in parliament tested positive on the day he was in attendance. Still from around Africa, quickly, African Republic of Congo begins life after lockdown. Congolese population has been gradually returning to money-making activities after 48 days at a standstill. The Republic of Congo government recently lifted a few lockdown measures initially put in place to fight the spread of the coronavirus. Bars and restaurants, however, have not been authorized to reopen, besides a few rare customers who can come to order takeout. Turnovers are on the decline, but restaurant owners remain hopeful. A restaurant owner in a statement said they've just been at home for 2 months and are struggling with about 31 workers. Only 2 workers were allowed per week to make takeaway food, and others stay at home. They plead on the Congolese government to allow restaurants open. The Republic of Congo began a total lockdown, including a nighttime curfew, in order to deal with the coronavirus pandemic. We'll go on a very short break. When we come back, we'll bring you details from, bring you updates from the United States, as Trump says U.S. topping world virus cases is badge of honor. Stay with us.
Welcome to News Desk on Celebration TV. I am Comfort James.
And I'm Femima.
And the news making the rounds.
Please stay with us as we bring you details. Watch robust, objective, analytical, informative, educative, entertaining and inspiring news on Celebration TV News Desk. Every weekday, 11 a.m. GMT plus 1, that is 11 a.m. GMT plus 1, on Mondays through Fridays.
You are welcome to Sports Corner. I am Ivan Agafe.
Celebration TV News Desk, the whole truth.
Coronavirus is an infectious disease, one which can be spread from person to person.
However, you can protect yourself, the people around you, and help prevent spreading the virus to others if only you
wash your hands regularly for 20 seconds with soap and water or an alcoholic-based hand rub or sanitizer.
Clean and disinfect surfaces. Cover your nose and mouth with a disposable tissue or flex elbow when you cough or sneeze.
Practice social distancing. Avoid close contact, that is 1 meter or 3 feet, with people who are unwell.
stay home and self-isolate from others in the household if you feel unwell.
Don't touch your eyes, nose or mouth with your hands, whether clean or not.
You only need to stay in the comfort of your home.
As Celebration TV brings to you life-transforming,
Destiny empowering.
And spirit-uplifted programs for your viewing pleasure.
Together we can save lives and cut down the spread of coronavirus.
This message is brought to you by Celebration TV, revealing Jesus, releasing destinies.
Welcome to News Desk on Celebration TV. I am Comfort James.
And I'm Femima.
And the news making the rounds.
Please stay with us as we bring you details. Watch robust, objective, analytical, informative, educative, entertaining and inspiring news on Celebration TV News Desk. Every weekday, 11 a.m. GMT plus 1, that is 11 a.m. GMT plus 1, on Mondays through Fridays.
You are welcome to Sports Corner. I am Ivan Agafe.
Celebration TV News Desk, the whole truth.
Welcome to News Desk on Celebration TV. I am Comfort James.
And I'm Femima.
And the news making the rounds.
Please stay with us as we bring you details. Watch robust, objective, analytical, informative, educative, entertaining and inspiring news on Celebration TV News Desk. Every weekday, 11 a.m. GMT plus 1, that is 11 a.m. GMT plus 1, on Mondays through Fridays.
You are welcome to Sports Corner. I am Ivan Agafe.
Celebration TV News Desk, the whole truth.
All right, thanks for joining us once again. Updates from the United States of America. Trump says U.S. stopping world virus cases is badge of honor. President Donald Trump has argued it is a badge of honor that the U.S. has the world's highest number of confirmed COVID-19 infections. He looks at that as being a good thing because it means their testing is much better. The U.S. has 1.5 million coronavirus cases and nearly 92,000 deaths, according to Johns Hopkins University. In second place is Russia with nearly 300,000 confirmed cases. And Mr. Trump was hosting his first cabinet meeting since the U.S. outbreak began. By the way, he said that leading in cases mean they have more testing than anybody else. According to the Centers for Disease Control, a federal agency, the U.S. had conducted 12.6 million coronavirus tests. Mr. Trump was responding to a question about whether he was considering travel ban on Latin America, Brazil in particular. The country now has the third highest number of confirmed cases following the U.S. and Russia. The Democratic National Committee criticized the Republican president's comments, tweeting that the 1.5 million COVID-19 cases in the U.S. represented a complete failure of leadership. While the U.S. has conducted more tests by volume than any other country, it is not first in the world on a per capita basis, according to our Word in Data, a scientific publication based at Oxford University. Its chart ranks the U.S. as 16th globally in terms of tests per 1,000 people, ahead of South Korea, but behind the likes of Iceland, New Zealand, Russia, and Canada. More updates from the UK ministers under pressure over schools' return date. Ministers are facing pressure from councils and teaching unions to reconsider plans to reopen English primary schools to some pupils from June. At least 11 councils have expressed concerns over safety and timing. Teaching union and ASUWT said it remained unconvinced reopening schools was appropriate or practicable. Justice Secretary Robert Borkland said they are taking all concerns very seriously, for most pupil schools have been closed since 20th of March. From June 1st, children in receptions Year 1 and Year 6 in England will be able to return to school if infection rates and the government's other tests at the time allow it. England and the UK, England is the only UK nation to set a return date so far. Schools in Wales will not reopen on June 1st, while others in Scotland and Northern Ireland may not restart before the summer holidays. Calderdally Council in West Yorkshire advised his school against wider reopening, following similar moves from Bury, Liverpool and Hartlepool. A number of 153 English local authorities have acknowledged safety concerns but have not urged all their schools to reject the proposed time frame. 2/3 of primary schools are supported by the local authorities, which means they do not have complete freedom to make their own decisions, unlike academies. And on business news, Senate demands immediate reversal of power privatization. The Senator
Welcome to News Desk on Celebration TV. I am Comfort James.
And I'm Femima.
And the news making the rounds.
Please stay with us as we bring you details. Watch robust, objective, analytical, informative, educative, entertaining and inspiring news on Celebration TV News Desk. Every weekday, 11 a.m. GMT +1, that is 11 a.m. GMT +1, and Mondays through Fridays.
You are welcome to Sports Corner. I am Ivan Agafe.
Celebration TV News Desk, the whole truth.
Welcome to News Desk on Celebration TV. I am Comfort James.
And I'm Femima.
And the news making the rounds.
Please stay with us as we bring you details. Watch robust, objective, analytical, informative, educative, entertaining and inspiring news on Celebration TV News Desk. Every weekday, 11 a.m. GMT +1, that is 11 a.m. GMT +1, and Mondays through Fridays.
You are welcome to Sports Corner. I am Ivan Agafe.
Celebration TV News Desk, the whole truth.
Welcome to News Desk on Celebration TV. I am Comfort James.
And I'm Femima.
And the news.
Coronavirus is an infectious disease, one which can be spread from person to person.
However, you can protect yourself, the people around you, and help prevent spreading the virus to others if only you
Wash your hands regularly for 20 seconds with soap and water or an alcoholic-based hand rub or sanitizer.
Clean and disinfect surfaces. Cover your nose and mouth with a disposable tissue or flex elbow when you cough or sneeze.
Practice social distancing. Avoid close contact, that is 1 meter or 3 feet, with people who are unwell.
Stay home and self-isolate from others in the household if you feel unwell.
Don't touch your eyes, nose or mouth with your hands, whether clean or not.
You only need to stay in the comfort of your home.
As Celebration TV brings to you life-transforming,
destiny-empowering,
and spirit-uplifted programs for your viewing pleasure.
Together we can save lives and cut down the spread of coronavirus.
This message is brought to you by Celebration TV, revealing Jesus, releasing destinies.
Welcome to News Desk on Celebration TV. I am Comfort James.
And I'm Femi Marks.
and the news making the rounds.
Please stay with us as we bring you details. Watch robust, objective, analytical, informative, educative, entertaining and inspiring news on Celebration TV News Desk. Every weekday, 11 a.m. GMT plus 1, that is 11 a.m. GMT plus 1 on Mondays through Fridays.
You are welcome to Sports Corner. I am Ivan Agafe.
Celebration TV News Desk, the whole truth. Thanks for joining us once again, and we really appreciate you for staying with us. And straight away, business news. Senate demands immediate reversal of power privatization. The Senate on Tuesday asked the federal government to consider a comprehensive review of the power privatization policy with a view to reversing the current arrangements. The Red Chamber said Nigerians would not enjoy stable power supply in the next 10 years if the activities of the distribution companies were not reviewed and restructured. The Senate President Ahmad Lawan stated this on Tuesday after the Senate had considered and approved a motion by Senator Gabriel Suswan on the power sector recovery plan. The Senate also urged the federal government to suspend the planned electricity tariff increase due to take effect from July, given the increased hardship occasioned by the coronavirus pandemic. The upper chamber also commended the federal government for the proactive initiative to establish the 1.7 trillion naira COVID-19 crisis intervention fund to cater for critical issues on effective management of the pandemic. Suswan had, while leading debate on the general principles of the bill, said stable and uninterrupted power supply was also a critical factor in management of COVID-19 pandemic patients at the designated isolation and treatment centers across the country. And still on business, no forex for goes with local substitutes, says Emefiele. The Central Bank Governor, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, has said that the Central Bank of Nigeria will not support the importation of items that can be produced in Nigeria with forex. As Nigeria continued the process of full reopening of the economy, he urged industrial conglomerates to support efforts aimed at growing the economy and returning it to its glory days. Emefiele said this during a virtual meeting with chief executive officers of conglomerates in Nigeria. He said, in line with the federal government's desire, it was determined to return the Nigerian economy to the period when the manufacturing and agricultural sectors formed the mainstay of the economy. The Central Bank of Nigeria governor, while acknowledging the challenge of low oil prices to major economies of the world, expressed confidence that the price of crude would not remain at low levels for a long period. He emphasized that the low oil price challenge was surmountable, just as he declared that Nigeria's foreign reserves of about $37 billion remained robust to support the economy. He also pledged the bank's willingness to provide foreign exchange to companies that require such raw materials and machines that could not be obtained in Nigeria. And quickly we go on sports. We'll bring you details from the sporting world, as Liverpool may not get EPA trophy presentation. Liverpool could be in danger of not having a trophy presentation should they clinch the Premier League title following the planned resumption of play this season, League Chief Executive Richard Masters said. According to Masters, the Premier League will assess the social distancing and safety aspect of organizing a presentation before giving a runway leaders the green light for players to take part in the traditional end-of-season medal ceremony if they confirm the club's first league title since 1990. English football's top flight has been suspended since March 13th due to the coronavirus crisis, and although players will return to contact-free training on Tuesday, no date has been set for Premier League fixtures to resume. June 12 remains the favored date for fixtures to start again. Liverpool went into the shutdown with a 25-point lead over closest challengers Manchester City, with jogging club's team needing just 2 wins from the remaining 9 games to seal the title. In another sports news, Ronaldo returns to Juventus training after 2 months. Cristiano Ronaldo returned to training with Juventus in Turin after an absence of over 2 months because of the coronavirus pandemic. The 35-year-old arrived at the Juventus training center, leaving 3 hours later with a smiling thumbs up for waiting photographers. Ronaldo underwent medical and physical tests before joining up with his teammates for the first time in 72 days for individual training. Coach Maurizio Sarri has been conducting training in small groups pending the final health protocol to be agreed with the Italian government. Juventus players got back to individual training on May 4th, the day Ronaldo returned to Italy after spending lockdown in his native Portugal. For the past 2 weeks, he has been in quarantine in his villa in Turin. Ronaldo played in Juventus' last Serie A game before the season was suspended, a 2-0 win over Inter Milan behind closed doors at the Allianz Stadium on March 8. The 5-time Ballon d'Or winner is the first Juventus foreign player among those who left Italy during the lockdown to return to the team's Continassa training center. And that has brought us to the end of the news on Celebration Television News Desk. And in case you're just joining us, here's the news headlines recap. And Lagos discharges 9 COVID-19 patients. Botswana president to observe 3rd quarantine. UK ministers under pressure over schools return dates. And Senate demands immediate reversal of power privatization. And Liverpool may not get EPL trophy presentation. And quickly, we have a word for us today, quote of the day: follow your dreams, they know the way. So it is what you actually dream about, it is what you actually picture that you actualize in life and destiny. If only you can follow your dreams in life, you definitely can achieve it. Your dreams, they have paths, so follow it accordingly and don't be distracted. You achieve it. You can as well drop your comment on our social media platforms. We have on Facebook Celebration TV, Instagram My Celebration TV, tweet at us at My Celebration TV, and on YouTube Celebration TV. Remember that the continuous transformation of our society is a collective responsibility of all. No matter the office you hold today as a nation's president, a thought leader, an opinion molder, a character builder, a professional, or a person, or as a person pursuing passion, you have a duty to give your all to making this society a better place for us and the generations to come. It's time for us all to play our part and do it with all diligence. Thanks once again for staying with us on our news desk. I remain Nicholas Akosele Walter. Great day ahead.
15.7 trillion naira at the end of December 2019.
Senior Democrats have responded by accusing